欢迎再度收看佛学英文的节目。Welcome to the class of Buddhist English。上一次呢，我们谈到了事实的情况，还有所谓的修行、禅修是怎么一回事。我们事实的情况是因为我们的心定不下来，所以呢，周遭的一切都在引诱着我们，把我们的注意力引向外面去了。我们的心呢，没有往内来关照。而这个修行、禅修，就是叫我们改变过来，把我们注意力的方向改过来，不要再像过去一样往外奔逐、散乱。应该要反过来关照自己，关照我们自己的情况，关照我们过去一向忽略的那个很昏暗的内在。In last talk, we discussed about the fact of our human life. The world continuously demands that we direct our attention outside ourselves. But the practice of meditation, or the practice of Buddha Dharma, meditation teaches us to revolt or to direct our attention inside ourselves. And let us turn the awareness towards the dimly lit insights. In the past, we are always distracted. We are always attracted by the external world. We don't understand that the world is changing all the time, that the world is out of our control, that the only thing we can master is ourselves, not the separate external world. The meditation, the practice of Dharma is just like this way. Actually, the Dharma is not too complicated. It's not too difficult. It's not out of our control. If we have the patience, we have the attention, if we know the teaching, then we can easily practice meditation or Buddha Dharma. The only way is to direct and revolt our attention inside ourselves. Turn that awareness towards our dimly lit insights. In the past, our inner mind is darkened, is ignorant, without light. It is so dim. It is so dim without light, because we don't pay attention to ourselves. And then now we'll come to the next sentence. 我们现在来看看今天我们所要介绍的这个内容。Painful feelings in the mind indicate wrong attitudes about life. Painful feelings in the mind indicate wrong attitudes about life. 下一句呢 A meditation retreat can show us what we are doing wrong. A meditation retreat can show us what we are doing wrong. What is painful feelings? What is painful feelings? Painful feelings refer to jealousy, envy, hatred, loneliness, frustration, depression. Jealousy, envy, hatred, loneliness, frustration, depression. Okay, we have the next sentence. We live our lives fearfully to such an extent that we live dishonesty. There is dishonesty in any mind which demands that reality occur in a specific way. We live our lives fearfully to such an extent that we live dishonesty. There is dishonesty in any mind which demands that reality occur in a specific way. Let's see what is the meaning of those sentences. 我们来看看这几句话到底是怎么样子的含义。首先我们看到了这个字，这个名词 feeling 就是一种感觉，佛教说一种觉受，我们可以讲 sensation sensation feeling 也可以 sensation 也可以。feeling 是怎么来的？ sensation 是怎么产生的？那是因为我们的感官接触了这个外界，本来外界是跟我们毫不相干的，可是由于我们的一种攀缘，我们一种执着，我们就将外界跟我们自己呢搭上一条线，硬要把跟我们分离毫不相干的外界呢扯上关系，那这个时候就有这种 feeling 产生，这种 sensation 产生。Actually, that the external world is separate from us, is independent from us, and the external world actually has nothing to do with us. But because of our clinging, because of our attachment, we establish a connection between ourselves and the external world. We are so pitiable. Actually, we can be independent. Actually, we can be free. We can enjoy peace. We can enjoy happiness. We can enjoy quiet in our mind. Actually, that we don't need to pay attention to the external object, external world. But the world continuously demands that we direct our attention outside ourselves. The world is always attracting us, is always distracting us, is always trying to take our attention away from ourselves. That is the problem. And that is the place, the origin, where the sufferings come from. Painful feelings. When we establish a connection between ourselves and the external world, then we have feelings. Every day, every moment, we have different feelings. We have good feelings. We have bad feelings. We have happy feelings. We have unhappy feelings. We have peaceful feelings. We have disturbing feelings. We have loving feelings. We have disloving feelings. So many different things. We are in a conflicting world. Actually, the world is not conflicting. We feel conflict. It is just because of our conflicting mind. Because our mind is not peaceful enough. Because our mind is not quiet enough. Because our mind is not steady. Our mind is not clear. Our mind is polluted. Our mind is misguided, is misled. We always look forward to having something outside from us. We always try to be anybody else accept ourselves. We always try to be anywhere, but here in the present moment. Therefore, we have the feelings. Okay, of course, we have the positive feelings and the negative feelings. If we can have the positive feelings all the time, then that is quite okay. Then we can congratulate that we are enlightened, that we are happy beings, we are happy livings. 我们如果总是能够处在那种正面的、健康的、好的这种觉受感觉里面呢，那我们就应该庆祝了，因为我们已经是觉悟的咯，我们已经是了知了这个世间的真理啊。However, in addition to the positive feelings, positive sensations, most of the time we have the negative feelings, we have the painful feelings. 但事实的真相是，我们能够处在那种快乐、正面、健康的觉受感觉里面的时间呢，还是少数。我们绝大部分的时间都是在那种负面的 feelings, unwholesome feelings, unhealthy feelings, negative feelings, passive feelings, 那种被动、消极、负面的，或是所谓的 painful feelings. For example, we have the feelings of jealousy. Jealousy. Painful 这种痛苦的名词呢就是 pain. 形容词就是 painful. Feelings, 我们这 painful feelings, 我们指的是 jealousy. Jealousy 一种嫉妒。Jealousy. Oh, we are always jealous of other people's achievement. We are jealous of other people's beauty. We are jealous of others' virtues. We are jealous of other people's wealth, property, fame, health, family, their body, their intelligence, their knowledge, their experience, their background, their life, their family. Because our mind is not equal. Because our mind is not peaceful. Because we cannot rest of ourselves. Because we leave ourselves too far away. 我们总是在嫉妒，嫉妒别人的美丽，别人的知识，别人的背景，别人的健康，别人的名声，别人的家庭，别人的这种名望，种种的这一切，包括有形无形的，我们都在 jealousy， 我们在嫉妒，因为我们的心不平衡，因为我们的心呢没有办法安住在我们自己身上，我们的心总是 restless， 我们的心总是 wandering away. That is the problem. Painful feelings include jealousy. 第一个是 jealousy， 第二个呢是一种 envy， envy 就是这种羡慕，一种艳羡envy. I envy that you have the good reputation. I envy that you are so great, that you are so rich, that you are so intelligent, that you are so healthy. 我们 envy 一羡慕人家 because we cannot rest our mind on ourselves, because we cannot see through the theory of cause and effect, because we don't know that other people have cultivated so many reasons, so many causes, therefore they harvest the good result, they have the good fruit, 我们总是羡慕人家，我们总是希望有一个好的结果，可是呢，却不晓得来培植那个善的因、好的因，总是羡慕别人为什么那么好，都忽略了他们曾经做过多少的努力，他们培植多少的善因。We envy other people. We neglect how many efforts, how hard they do. They make effort to improve themselves. That is the problem. We just envy. Envy is no use. Envy cannot improve us. Envy just make our mind polluted. Envy just make our mind unbalanced. Envy just make us feel depressed, feel pressure, feel uncomfortable. That is the second painful feeling. Now we come to the third feeling, that is hatred. Hatred is a very strong feeling. Hatred means dislike, means that we don't love other people's achievement. We hate 是一种憎恨，一种仇恨。看到别人好，别人有成就，别人比我们好，比我们 superior to us. We see other people are better than us, then we hate them. 或者是我们看到这种不好的事情 we hate the bad things, we hate the bad people. It's strong feeling, strong resentment. We are always full of hatred. We don't have compassion. We don't have love and kindness. We don't have love. Therefore, we make the world become worse. We make the world become worse, become more horrible, become more terrific, become uneasy to live in because of our hatred. Our mind is not clear. When we have hatred, then our mind is full of emotion, negative emotion. 那种负面的情绪 ，hatred 是非常强的 ，is so strong, so powerful that whenever we have hatred, then we cannot see things clearly. We cannot understand the truths of our life, the truths of the universe. We hate. We are full of hatred. Now we come to the fourth painful feeling, the feeling of loneliness. Loneliness 就是一种孤独，一种寂寞。Lone, L-O-N-E. Lone 呢，就是单独的意思。Lonely, 孤独的、寂寞的。Do you feel lonely? Do you feel lonely? OK, 你觉得孤独寂寞吗 ？Do you feel lonely? Lonely, alone, A-L-O-N-E, 独自的。I'm alone 的意思是我是独自一个人的。I live alone, I walk alone, I go alone. I go to the party by myself. That means I go alone. 我参加一个宴会呢，是独自一个人去的。那是 alone. Lonely 就是寂寞，它的名词呢就是 loneliness， 孤独、寂寞 loneliness。我们会感到孤独寂寞，那是因为我们心中有太多的噪音。We feel lonely because we have so many noises in our mind. In the past, we get used to the noisiness. In the past, we are always clinging to the external world. We are always attaching to other people, to other things, to the external world. Therefore, when we are separate from the external world, or separate from other people, we will feel lonely because we feel insecure, because we fear that somebody will harm us, that we will lose something, lose some friends, lose some people, lose some events. 那种孤独感，就是因为心中太多的噪音了。过去我们的心总是往外面呢攀援执着，我们的心呢不肯安住。Our mind cannot rest on the present moment. We cannot live here in the present moment. We cannot hear right here and right now. And our mind is always wandering away. Then, if we are separate from other people, from the external, we feel lonely. And the loneliness will push us, will urge us to cling to the other people, to cling to the external world. And then that is another cause of suffering. 我们不甘寂寞. We cannot endure loneliness. And actually, loneliness is peace, because no disturbance from other people, no disturbance from outside. Loneliness actually is peace, is happiness, is rest. But we don't like it because we fear insecure. 其实呢，孤独是一种宁静，是一种安详自在，是一种 freedom， 因为再也没有外面的干扰了。没有外面的干扰的话，我们就可以得到自在。可是由于我们的不安全感，由于我们的习气，由于我们太多的噪音，由于我们过去已经攀援执着这个外境习惯了，所以一旦我们与人隔绝、与世隔绝的时候，就有这种强烈的这种孤独感、寂寞。这种强烈的孤独感、寂寞呢，又会催促着我们，又会促使着我们呢，去攀援外界，去攀援那些不该攀援、也不可能攀援、也不可能拥有的外界，痛苦呢就由此产生了。That is loneliness. Then we come to the fifth painful feelings, frustration. Frustration 就是挫折、挫败的意思，就是当我们的希望得不到满足，当我们想要做某件事情而碰到障碍的时候，我们就有那种挫败感、挫折感。Frustration comes from the difference between our hope and the present situation. If we want to achieve something and we cannot achieve the goals, the aims, and if we encounter some obstacles, some difficulties, some problems, then we feel frustrated. Frustrated means that we cannot do, we cannot speak, we cannot think, or we cannot have as what we wish. Then we feel frustrated. Then we feel uncomfortable. That is frustration. Frustration is another painful feeling. When we feel frustrated, then our mind is so uneasy. Disease actually means dis-ease. 我们讲疾病，这 D-I-S-E-A-S-E， D-I-S-E-A-S-E， 其实是由两个字所构成的，用 dis dis 跟着 ease 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 的意思是一种轻安，一种自在。dis 就是它的反面，因此呢 dis-ease 的意思呢，就是得不到轻安自在，也就是变成了疾病。Ease means comfortable. Ease means light. Ease means freedom. Its opposite is dis-ease. Dis-ease. Therefore, dis-ease is uncomfortable, is unhappy, is too heavy, too heavy pressure, too heavy burden on our shoulders, too heavy burdens in our mind. Let us feel uncomfortable. That is dis-ease. Therefore, dis-ease is sickness, is illness. 是那种疾病，是那种痛苦，那一种 frustration 会让我们呢提不起劲，会让我们懒洋洋的，会让我们懒洋洋。Frustration will make us unenergetic, will make us not so healthy. Then we come to another painful feeling, that is depression. Painful feeling, another painful feeling, that is depression. 我们再看到另外一个 depression 这种沮丧。沮丧呢，这个字 depression 呢，是从 depress 这个字来的，而 depress 这个字又从 press 这个来的 ，press。所以它的字根字源呢，就是 press，press，press 就是压啦。我们说这个印刷机就是 press， 我们引申呢，这个新闻界 the press， 因为过去的新闻界是只有平面文字的新闻，没有现在立体、声音、光色的新闻。所以过去的 the press 指的就是新闻界，也就是这个报界的意思。我们说这个记者新闻、记者招待会呢，我们就称之为 press conference。press conference， 所以 press 就是这个印刷机当动词用，名词用印刷机，当动词用的话就是这个压to press press。我们有时候在这种工厂里面呢，有所谓的 press 就是会压下来的那一种机器了。depress 就是往下压，这 depress 往下压depress 我们当动词用 depress， 它的形容词呢加上 ed， 这 d-e-p-r-e-s-s-e-d depress。 I feel depressed， 我感到有点沮丧，那我感到懒洋洋，一点这个精神都没有 depress。 那它的名词加上 ion depression。 I'm full of depression today because I failed in the examination, because I cannot achieve my goal, because I cannot pass the examination, because I cannot meet my good friend, because I lost money, or because I get sick. And that is all depression. Depression means to press down and to let you feel unhappy. That is depression. We have so many painful feelings. Jealousy, envy, hatred, loneliness, frustration, depression are only a small part of the painful feelings. There are still many other painful feelings. We cannot mention them one by one. We cannot point out them one by one. Because we are ignorant. We are deluded. We don't have the wisdom. We cannot see through the reality clearly. Therefore, we have painful feelings. Painful feelings, 那种痛苦的感觉。Painful feelings in the mind indicate wrong attitudes about life. 心中的痛苦感觉呢，是表示我们的人生态度是错误的。In the mind, of course, we may have painful feelings in the body. If we have painful feeling in the body, that means we get sick, or we are hurt, or because of the change of the weather, or because we are in bad health. 肉体上的痛苦是那些 but actually, the painful feeling in the body comes from the painful feelings in the mind. 但实际上这种肉体的痛苦是来自于心的痛苦，是来自于心的痛苦。If your mind is clear, if your mind is empty, 你的心是清明的，是 empty, 是空的，是空性智慧的。It's clear enough. Then there will be no physical body pains. Okay? Now we say painful feelings in the mind indicate 就是表示 shows S-H-O-W show 或是 indicate 表示或者是 mean M-E-A-N indicate wrong attitudes about life. Attitudes 就是一种错误的态度 wrong attitudes 错误的态度 attitudes. What is your attitude about me? 你对我的态度如何呢？What is your attitude about Buddhism? 你对佛教的态度如何呢？ What is your attitude about life? 你对人生的态度如何呢？ What is your attitude about life? Is your attitude about life positive? 你对生命的态度是正面的吗？ Or is your attitude about life negative or painful? 是 uneasy 你对人生的态度又如何？对人生的态度有可以 right attitude， 当然也可以有 wrong attitude。right attitude 就是一种光明的、一种积极的、正面的，而这个负面的、错误的那种人生态度呢，就是从悲观的去看。从这消极的去看这人生，而这种错误的人生态度，就会引起我们痛苦的感觉。Because we have wrong attitudes about life, we have negative attitudes about life. Therefore, we will have jealousy, envy, frustration, loneliness, depression, and hatred. So many painful feelings. This is the reality of life. And actually, this is the first noble truth of the Buddha. Then we see what meditation can help us. The book says a meditation retreat can show us what we are doing wrong. A meditation retreat can show us what we are doing wrong. Meditation 就是坐禅禅修了。Retreat 的意思呢，是跟这个日常事物暂时的隔离起来，把自己给这个安静下来。Retreat means seclusion from the world, means separation from the world. And just to take a retreat 就是去参加一个闭静的活动，一个安静的活动。A meditation retreat 就参加一次禅修的活动呢 ，can show us, show 就是告诉、表示 ，manifest 显现，或是 direct us to understand, direct us to see, help us to see, to guide us to see. Can show us 可以告诉我们、显示我们 what we are doing wrong, what we are doing wrong. 我们做错了是什么 ？What we are doing wrong? Why? Why a meditation retreat can show us what we are doing wrong? Because during the meditation retreat, we don't look outside ourselves. We don't pursue the things external. We just look inside ourselves. We just reflect on ourselves. We just examine. We just examine what is happening within ourselves. What is happening in our sensation, in our body, in our feeling, in our thinking, in our perception, in our thinking. Then we can see clearly what we are doing wrong. But in the past, because we don't pay attention to our inner mind, therefore we don't understand what is wrong about us. Even if we are doing the wrong things, even if we have the wrong attitudes about life, but we cannot realize because we are too busy, because we are wandering away, because we are always pursuing the external things. What we are doing is not to reflect on ourselves. We are too busy to examine ourselves, to look inside ourselves, to see what is happening in ourselves. That is our daily life. Our daily life is too busy or too lazy, yeah, or too lousy, yeah, and then we will feel very bad. However, if we take a meditation retreat, we just seclude ourselves from our everyday life. We just seclude ourselves from the external worlds, the external surroundings. We just seclude ourselves, just separate ourselves. And we don't pay attention to the external world. We just pay attention to ourselves. We just focus our attention, direct our attentions, direct our awareness towards our inner sight. And then we can see clearly what is happening in ourselves. And we can understand how wrong we are. How wrong we are. We can understand we are doing wrong in a very clear way, in a very wise way. That is the purpose of meditation and the advantage of meditation, or the attention, or the purpose, the aim of meditation is to show us how wrong we are. And after we understand our mistake, our wrong attitudes, then we can be free from the painful feelings. Okay, let's come to the next sentence. We live our lives fearfully to such an extent that we live dishonestly. We live our lives. Live our lives 只是过生活，是过日子。Live lives. Live 这边当动词用 ，lives 当名词用。我们也可以讲 lead L-E-A-D。We lead our lives 也可以。我们用 we live our lives 也可以。我们可以问朋友说 How do you do? How do you live your lives? How do you lead your lives? 你怎么过日子呢？ How do you lead your lives? How do you live your lives? We live our lives fearfully. Fearfully 就是恐惧的。We live our lives fearfully. Because we are full of fear. We fear that we may lose our family. We may lose our reputation. We may lose our wealth, our health, our position. our family, our reputation, everything. We fear that we may lose them. Even the bad things, we still hold on them. We still don't want them to go from us. We attach to them so tightly. Therefore, everything remains with us. That is the problem. We don't have the feeling of security. We feel so painful. We live our lives fearfully. 我们在恐惧中过日子 to such an extent, E-X-T-E-N-T, extent 这种程度 to such an extent， 因为 extent 是母音 ，x 是母音，所以前面加上个 an， to such an extent， 到如此的一种程度 ，to such an extent， 到什么程度呢 ？That we live dishonestly， 以至于呢，我们过的日子呢都不老实过日子。That we live dishonestly, to such an extent that we live dishonestly。哇，我们过的日子呢，如此的恐惧，以至于恐惧到我们都是戴上假面具，不能够过着真实生活，不能够面对真实的自己了。We wear mask, M-A-S-K, mask 就是这面具。We wear mask in order to protect us, in order to pretend that we can be safe from the external problems or the external disturbance. We wear our mask. We live dishonestly. 而我们活的呢，并不怎么老实不怎么老实，总是戴上假面具。我们总是要借着这种假面具呢，来保护自我，保护自我的尊严、面子，保护自我的这种名声、财产。We live dishonestly. We are so egocentric. We are so selfish. 我们是如此的自我中心 ，egocentric. We are so selfish. 我们是如此的自私的。Because we feel insecure， 因为我们觉得这个不安全，没有安全感。We live our lives so fearfully to such an extent that we live dishonestly. We live our lives fearfully to such an extent that we live dishonestly. 以至于呢 ，we live dishonestly. 我们这个自欺欺人 dishonestly. We not only cheat other people, but also we cheat ourselves. We cheat ourselves. We pretend that our other people are cheated by us, but actually, other people will not be cheated by us, because other people will find the truth one day. In the future, they will understand what is the true fact. They will understand one day that we cheat them. We just pretend to cheat us, that we can cheat other people. We can fool other people, F-O-O-L, that we can fool other people. 愚弄或是 trick other people, T-R-I-C-K, trick other people or fool other people, or to make use of other people. That means we make use of other people. We are not honest to other people. We are dishonest to such an extent that we live dishonestly. That means that we have too much fear. 那表示我们有太多的恐惧。We have too much fear Our fear is so immense to such an extent that we cannot live honestly. We are always living dishonestly. We are always wearing our masks to pretend that we are good people, that we are good men, that we are virtuous, that we are good Buddhists. But actually, we are dishonest. Our dishonesty is just to protect our egoism. It's just to protect our ego, protect ourselves. How pity it is. Just because of the fear that we cannot live honestly. That means that we cannot live our true lives. Actually, we must have true life. And actually, if we practice meditation, we practice Buddha Dharma, then we understand that we must face our true self. We cannot cheat ourselves. Even if we suppose we have cheated ourselves and other people, but we plant the seed in our mind. We plant the seed. 我们种下了那个种子。We plant the seed of karma. 种下了那个业的种子 in our mind. One day, the seed of karma in our mind will grow up and become a big tree and bear fruits. Then we have to suffer from the fruits of dishonest seed. How can we do that? If we want to practice Dharma, how can we cheat ourselves? How can we live a dishonest life? To such extent, 这种强调的语气，哇，这种某一种情况、某一种情势的 ，to such an extent， 已经是大到这种程度了。我们可以说 ，for example, we are so happy to such an extent that we forget ourselves. 我们快乐到什么程度呢？忘记了我们是谁。We are so happy that we even forget ourselves. We are so happy to such an extent that we forget who we are. That's the problem. That is the problem. Forget ourselves. Where's the problem? The problem is the mind. Because of the mind, it's not easy. The mind is not peaceful, it's not quiet. The mind is always looking for outside. It's always trying to be anywhere but here in the present moment. There is dishonesty in any mind which demands that reality occur in a specific way. There is dishonesty in any mind. There is 有的意思。There is an apple. 有一粒苹果。There is a book on the desk. On the desk. 桌上有一本书。There is a book on the desk. There is a book in the desk. 这个桌子里面呢有一本书。There is dishonesty in any mind. 在任何的心里面呢都有不老实的地方。Of course, it depends on the condition. 当然，这是一种条件的语气。那就是在什么样情况的心中会有 dishonesty， 会有不诚实、不老实呢？ There is dishonesty in any mind. There is dishonesty in any mind. 什么样的心会有 dishonesty？ 什么样的心会有呢？那答案就是后面的附属子句 ，which demands that reality occur in a specific way. Which demands that reality occur in a specific way. Which demands 是 which 指的是那个心 ，which refers to the mind. The mind which has dishonesty, which demands 这是一种要求，就是 requires。什么样的心会有不老实、不诚实呢？就是要求怎么样呢 ？That reality 是一种现实，这是世间的种种情况我们都可以称之为 reality. For example, the Buddha statue is a reality. The flowers is a reality. The book is a reality. The appearance is a reality. The life is a reality. 这些世间种种一切都可以称之为 reality。可是我们如果将 reality 的 R 字用大写字母 reality，in most cases it remains the ultimate reality of life of truth。我们如果将 reality 的 R 用大写的话，往往指的就是这种人生或是这个宇宙的一个实相真实的面目。但这个地方它是小写字母的 reality， 是指世间的这些事实。如果说有一颗心 demands that reality occur 只是发生 happen 的意思 happen in a specific way， 用什么方式来发生？用什么方式来产生 ？specific way in some way 以某种方式 in some ways in a specific way就是一种特殊的方式 in a specific way occur 发生。如果说我们的心总是要求说某一件事情要依照我的意思来发生，某一件事情应该要怎么样子，某一件事情应该要合我的意，那这个时候我们就会变得不老实了。If we demand that something should happen in our own way, should happen according to my intention, should happen what I like, then we will have dishonesty in our mind. And the dishonesty is a pretension to be a good man. And that is the cause of suffering. Okay, thank you for joining us. 谢谢。
亲亲。